In the Philippines, a father-daughter duo is competing for the same post in order to ensure that the family maintains its grip on power. It's a very interesting story. It tells you how prevalent dynasty politics still is in the country. The duo in question are Rodrigo Duterte, the strongman president of the Philippines, and his daughter Sara Duterte, the controversial mayor of Davao, the largest city in the country. They're both running for vice president in the hope that one of them will be able to make it. Rodrigo Duterte, as some of you may be aware, is a president who rules with an iron fist. He has a one-size-fits-all approach towards governance. More military, more crackdown, less discussion, that's his approach basically. And he has ruled like this for the last 5 years. He's consolidated power. Next year, the Philippines heads to polls, and unfortunately, the 76-year-old president is not eligible for re-election. The country's constitution does not allow it. Presidents cannot seek a second term in the Philippines. But presidents can still contest for other posts. So Rodrigo Duterte plans to run for vice president. On Monday afternoon, he filed his certificate for vice presidency, basically his nomination. But his prospects don't look too bright. He's currently a leader in disgrace. Filipinos are fed up with his draconian policies, especially with his controversial war on drugs that has led to the killing of 5,100 people. The International Criminal Court wants to probe him for what it calls extrajudicial killings. It's highly uncertain if Duterte will be able to win, so his daughter is contesting too. She too plans to contest for vice presidency to secure the post in case her father doesn't make it. We've told you her name, Sara Duterte, 43-year-old. She's the mayor of Davao City, the first woman ever to hold the post. And she's quite a popular figure in her country. She has an image quite similar to that of her father. Sara Duterte is infamous for getting into fist fights. She once punched a court official who challenged her. She also loves big motorbikes. She once campaigned for elections on a bike complete with a leather jacket. She has a presence. She traveled from one province to another to build support for her bid to mayorship. And here's another interesting fact about her. The names of her children: Sharky, Stingray and Stonefish. Clearly she loves the ocean. The feisty politician will now run for vice president. She's contesting from a new political party headed by former President Gloria Arroyo. And interestingly, Sara Duterte has been picked as the running mate of Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the son of late Filipino dictator Ferdinand Marcos. Marcos Jr. is running for president, Duterte Jr. running for vice president. And so is Duterte Sr. The elections next year are going to be a big, fat family affair. Both the Marcos and the Dutertes are the strongest political dynasties in the Philippines by far. The Marcos family stronghold stretches across the country's north and center. The Dutertes enjoy widespread support in the south. They now plan to join forces, fuse their influence, and rule the Philippines for the next 6 years. If they win, their power is going to be absolute. And you know what they say about absolute power? The Philippines are heading for interesting times. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.